Hi, it's Mitch from Pickdawgz.com here with your free pick in the Cal versus Washington college basketball matchup on Thursday, January 18th, 2024. Of course, if you like all our free picks, you'll love our premium picks, our best bets. Use the discount code PICK for 15% off. We also have Dime Club and Sharp trading plays meant for people who make big bets. If that's you, go ahead and text the number you see on the screen. They're not available on the website. But let's get to this one. Cal taking on Washington. Cal 6-11 on the season. Washington 10-7 on the year. Of course, Pac-12 college basketball matchup. Pretty, heated competition in this conference in their final year. I always liked the Pac-12 and I always liked the late night action, but I always think that, at the same time, because they play in the late night, a lot of these teams and a lot in the Pac-12 get disregarded. But when you look across the NBA, a lot of good Pac-12 players in there, that's for sure. And historically, really some of the all-time greats. But when you look at Cal, certainly not an all-time great this season. Mark Madsen coming over to coach the team. He's a Stanford guy, so, coming over from the rival. But it's weird because we've seen Cal, pretty much get bombed in a lot of games this season, as we could expect, because they're light on talent compared to a lot of other teams. Playing, at a conference, we saw them lose at Butler and Ole Miss, two tough places, and then, losing at home to Arizona State, losing at USC, which probably, you would think if they're going to win one on the road, that would be a reasonable spot. And then they go into Pauley Pavilion, beat UCLA, and then beat Colorado at home, and then lose at Oregon. They covered the spread in that game, though. Oregon, of course, one of the tougher buildings to play in. The Washington Huskies, they lost at Pauley Pavilion last time out. They had beaten Arizona State and Oregon State, lost at home to Oregon, at Utah, and at Colorado to open their Pac-12 season. So while we've seen the Huskies certainly play well in spots, in that home win against Gonzaga, which probably doesn't look as good as it did at the time, still, the Huskies certainly taking a big step forward, and I think when we see this team, the numbers rate out that they're very, very good. And when we look at Cal's defense, absolutely horrible, 303rd in the nation in shooting percentage against. That means they are in the bottom quarter of all teams when it comes to defense. And when it comes to defending the three, they're even worse, 335th in the nation. His team shoot 38.6% from beyond the arc, up against a Washington team that shoots 34.9% and 48.6% from the floor in general. The thing is, Cal certainly hits the boards, and I think that's a lot in their character of their coach, Madsen, who is a grinder. And I think, when you have that type of coach, he kind of keeps things going. I generally like the direction that Cal is going here, and I think, I think Washington is the better team, but I think Cal at home getting points, definitely worth a shot here. I'm going to take Cal, and that's going to be my free pick. Of course, while you're doing your picks, putting your bets in, be sure to use our free betting tools at sportschatplace.com. 100% free, and they'll help put you on the most favorable bets on the board today.